Hi guys, Nomis here. Welcome back to Nomishavn for episode number 40. In today's video, I'll be building a pretty big metro station, sitting at 3 levels with 4 different lines going through here. It will serve as a transit hub for what will be the main area for the government of Nomishavn, housing the courthouse and other ministry buildings. There will also be the parliament and stock exchange in the area, but I won't get to that just yet. The name of the station is Parliament, however, so it's not exactly a spoiler that this will become here in the area in a later video. The first part of the station, which will be the biggest part, is the underground tracks and platforms. What I want for this station is to have 2 double tracks crossing each other in different directions at 2 different levels and connected together by stairs. This will create a pretty cool viewpoint where you can see the metro pass from above or below, as well as right next to you when standing on one of the platforms. Plus in real life this would be a very good design to make it easy to transfer between different lines. To line the walls along the station, I used these arched railway prop walls, and I think they are just perfect for the kind of station I want this to be. It's at the center of the government district, so I wanted to have this grandiose aesthetic. Kind of reminds me of some of the older stations on the London Underground, with all this brick, which I really like. I'm also covering the tunnel entrance with a decorative brick tunnel network, which really helps bring it together. You might notice all of this is just a big sunken station right now, but to make it completely custom like I want, this is kind of the way to do it. Build it sunken and then at the end have to cover it up with ploppable surfaces to get the appearance of it being an underground station. At both ends at the lower level tracks, I want to again have the platform curve inwards, so adjust the networks with IMT to get this appearance. Then I'll also add some access stairs and fences with a security barrier, as I've done many times on stations, and I just really love this look. While adding some of the normal details with IMT, here's one little design choice I wanted to make. I love these old platform benches for this station, and what I wanted to do with them is line them up to sit in this little gap between the arches, and after adjusting the step length and offset a little bit, I got it pretty close to what I wanted. Because it's an underground station, I need to make sure to add some lights. I tried to line up some lights between the arches, and just to get some extra lights, I'm adding some of the hanging lamp props that I've used before, which will provide some extra light when it's nighttime. mentioned earlier that the name of this station will be Parliament, so finishing off this lower part of the underground, I'm using the London Underground roundels as always to put in this station sign along the walls, and then just some metro network maps to add to the look. I use the metro network map from Oslo as I always do, and I mentioned before that I use it just because I think the map looks kind of interesting. To move up to the second level of the underground part of the station, I just want to get all the parts in that I will need at the first level, just because I will be covering up more and more of it, so it's good to get those parts in and move them up towards the second level and just go gradually upwards. For the stairs I wanted some red brick to make it blend in with the rest of the station. So I used this PO stairs, which is a stair prop without any texture, which means I can apply any texture I want in PO. I do have this nice red brick texture downloaded. I'll be using this throughout the station. I decided to not have any advertisements on this station. I imagine this will be one of the few that doesn't allow advertising at the station, and it helps it to stand out from the rest a little. It made sense to have some pillars to support the roof in this station, and I used some pillars from the same set as the arched walls, as they share textures and match perfectly. This is a great opportunity as well, to have a spot to put up the signs that tells you the platform numbers. So I use a blank sign and write the platform number with the text tool in PO. I used some non-terrain conforming fences in IMT to get some security railings that I could adjust to exactly the heights that I needed. And I think the aesthetic of this fence is just right for a station.
My worries
With a lot of detailing in for the second level of the underground station, I'm just starting to do a general layout for the networks that will be above and around it. So just some old stone quay walls to hold the cliff between the lower ground by the water and the higher ground. And I'm also drawing in a lot of the roads. This will help me know where to put the different entrances going into the underground station.
Counting the days until summer, feeling the warm rays upon my face, leave all my worries in a gentle breeze, big sunshine and new life in the way I need.
These enclosed staircases that zigzags its way up will be connecting the underground part of the station to the entrance of the elevated part of the station, which I will get into a little later when I'm building it. It's a very tight space here, so getting the parts right was kind of difficult. What really helped to get it in nicely was to turn the offset to 0 meters as well as flat mode using the node controller mod. And that's a handy little trick if you're doing parts like this to get upstairs. This is a pretty clean station as it's in a prominent area, but imagine around the end of the platforms by the tunnel entrance, it's less protected kind of. So to add some interest, I'll go into PO on the wall props I placed here and use a graffiti font I downloaded for PO and just write some random stuff. The entrance here is one of the main things I had in mind when I got the idea to build a station like this. A big open arched entrance to the station, and this will be right nearby where the parliament sits. I think that the entrance really adds to the grandiose feel of the station that I want. Just using some PO on the arches to make it fit with the space that I got there. A small detail that I always love to add, especially with these larger stations, is some wayfinding signs. Since there will be a total of 6 platforms with 4 metro lines on different levels of the station, it's important to have a lot of signs leading you to different platforms as well as exits, so you don't get lost.
Riding the rails, summer nights, city to city under starlit lights. Backpacks and dreams on this endless ride in the heart of Europe where our worlds collide. Close your eyes in a Paris cafe, the start of a journey love found its way. Whispers and laughter in the moon's embrace. Through the train windows I see your face. On in love, on and into real dream. Across the continent we flow like a stream. From the mountains to the seas under skies so blue. Every step we take I fall more for you.
Over here I'll just be creating some bathrooms for the stations, using a combination of toilet signs and door props merged together into the wall.
Beaches and the salt warm sand. Vienna's elegance. smile so bright. Through the Alps and beyond, our hearts take flight. Stockholm sunsets paint the skies. Each new city and new love's rise. Falling in love on an interrail dream across the continent. Flow like a stream from the mountains to the seas under skies so blue. Every step we take, I fall more for you. On the way, our symphony, notes of romance, our sweet melody. Copenhagen's charm with your laughter's glow. Lisbon's hills where the love winds blow. Clouds cobblestones beneath our feet. In Budapest our hearts skip a beat. Here every station, every train, our love story grows in the summer's refrain. Falling in love on an interrail dream across the continent. Flow like a stream from the mountains to the seas under skies so blue. Every step we take, I fall more for you. From the northern lights to the Mediterranean blue. In the journey of summer I found you.
To get the roofs for the underground station, I use a procedural object cube and put on the same brick texture as I used for the stairs. Then I can drag it around and change the size, and then place it around wherever I need to cover up gaps above with roofs.
In the rhythm of the rails, our hearts align. In this interval summer, you're forever mine. Now the journey's end, but love's here to stay. Memories of summer won't fade away. Through every adventure, every twist and turn, in the flames of our hearts, our love will burn. From the first glance in Paris to the last goodbye, our interrail romance reaching the sky.
In order to prepare the station to be used, I'm starting to connect some tracks over to the station tracks that are placed down, and then I can extend out some existing metro lines into the station tracks there eventually.
Continent flow like a stream from the mountains to the seas under skies so blue. Every step we take, I fall more for you. As the change of hearts and the summer fades, our love remains through the night and days. In the heart of Europe, where our journey began, forever in love, hand in hand. As the train departs and the summer fades, our love remains through the night and days. In the heart of Europe, where our journey began, forever in love, hand in hand. Riding the rails of summer nights, city to city under starlit nights. Backpacks and trees.
There are a few unique buildings from the vanilla game that actually look quite good for a government district, so I'm just plopping some of them down and removing some clutter with Bob. These would be central to the layout of this area, so it's good to just have them in, and then the detailing and more buildings I'll get to later. Getting from the upper level to the underground station, there will be this big open air entrance that is enclosed with the stone wall props from Soldain. And I think this also adds to the grandiose feel just as well as the lower entrance does. It's quite far down, so I'm breaking up the stairs in two parts with this open area on the middle level. With the underground part of the station done, it's time to just cover all of the open gaps here with a plot of pavement. I gotta remember that I can't put buildings with big foundations over here, so it will be mostly props and invisible pots to decorate it up. For the elevated part of the station, I wanted an island platform layout, and to do that I had to make some changes to the tracks here. I used the parallel tool in Network Multitool to align some single station tracks along the tracks that are already there, and then I can delete the double tracks and connect the single tracks into a line. I made sure to have enough space between the platforms, as well as some stairs in the middle to get up there. I think that having an island platform here will make transfers easier and simplify getting around the station. To cover the ground level of the station, I still use the arched brick walls with an open arch right in the middle, which will lead up to the stairs coming up from the underground station, while there will be stairs on both sides for getting up to the elevated island platform. That makes it a great entrance and exit for the entire station. To get some more variation, I decided to have a different set of fans here, and in a second I'll also use a different brick texture for the stairs leading up to the platform from the ground level of the elevated station part. order to get some more shelter up here, I use these great old platform shelters that I have from a set made by Titan, I believe, and they look really good here and really fits. Because we got some sunlight on this part of the station, I took the opportunity to get some plants for decoration, to make it a more pleasant area to wait for a train. There's a pretty long walk between the different levels with this stone key in the middle, unless you're going through the metro station. So I decided to break up the key right here and make a staircase which leads you up and down. I'm not really sure if people in the game will use it, but it's still a nice detail to include here regardless. Going out from the station, I'm just continuing the aesthetic that I have already introduced for this elevated metro viaduct, with retaining walls and gaps where the road passes under it. What I'm building here is what will be the Nomishavn Central Bank, National Bank of Nomishavn. In these offices, you'll have the people that set the interest rate, for example, as well as other parts of the bank, like the Sovereign Wealth Fund, for example. I have two different bank buildings from the workshop, which are meant for a wall-to-wall design. For the design here, I'm using both of the assets over and over and merging them together to make it look like a bigger connected complex. I need to make them procedural objects, otherwise the foundation will block the underground station beneath, but I will make them functional using some block service office cubes. To fill out the areas between the different government buildings, I just plop a bunch of residential buildings. Mostly buildings which look like they are from around 1800s and maybe early 1900s, as this is when I imagine this area would have largely been developed. I plopped this high school down earlier, and this is one of the biggest high schools in the city, as well as being one of the more prestigious ones. Just adding a few more details to it and changing some things out in Bob. I'm also filling out all the empty areas around all the other buildings with things like planters, fountains and statues to make this place come alive and give it that feel that I'm going for here. As always in these central areas, I use these first floor shop assets to make a lot of the buildings mixed use, with both apartments as well as shops, cafes, restaurants and bars. And later I'll also add some sidewalk cafes for some auto seating where it makes sense to have it, and where there's room of course.
Skies I'll stay, creating worlds night and day, with every plot and move so sweet, my city symphony's complete.
The open entrances down to the underground station were missing something, so I used the same platform shelter roofs as earlier to make some canopies. These will protect the stairs and entrances when there is rain or snow, so it's a pretty important addition. To make the sign for the National Bank, I am applying a marble texture to a PO cube and writing the name with the text feature. I'm giving it a yellow color to kind of resemble a golden writing across it. So this is an exciting little addition. To prepare for this government district, I made Nomishavn its own flag, and made it into an asset for the game. Since this is like a Scandinavian city-state, it would have to be a Nordic cross design for the flag. I spent some time examining all the Nordic flags I could find, and settled on a color combination that I couldn't see being used elsewhere, and I felt these colors were quite perfect for a city as well. These flags will definitely be used more going forward, where it makes sense to put them up. While plopping buildings, there were quite a few big empty walls left, so I decided to add some murals as I always do. I think it would be pretty cool riding the metro and seeing some of these murals as you fly past the buildings here. Some of the final touches are of course the surfaces, and I settled on 2 different cobblestones just to have a little variation. I don't really have a lot to say about this as I've done it 1,000 times before using this technique with IMT. But of course if you have any questions about this method, I'm most happy to answer down in the comments.
In the heart of the city where the skyline soars, I've got my toolkit ready, time to open doors. With the intersection marking tool IMT in hand, I'll transform these streets, make them look so grand. Cobblestone decals, laying them down, setting the scene. Cobblestone dreams, creating the sheen. On the streets, the sidewalks so wide, bringing the past with the modern stride.
Since I had to make these apartment buildings PO to not ruin the station on the ground, I lost the details of the roof terrace there. I really liked that, so I decided to add some back in by adding some props in its place.
Action covering the ground, every inch of pavement, making it sound with precision and care. I draw each line, crafting a masterpiece. It's a design so fine. Cobblestone decals, laying them down, turning the city into a historic town. Rotating each piece, making it right, dragging those lines from morning to night. IMT, setting the scene. Cobblestone dreams, creating the sheen. On the streets, the sidewalks so wide, bringing the past with the modern stride.
There were again some pretty narrow streets with buildings close on both sides, so I wanted to continue this design of the hanging streetlights in place of the streetlights standing on ground level. And again, I just really love the look it gives, especially on nighttime, but we'll see that in the cinematics. So that is it for today's build. I hope you enjoyed it if you made it this far. A very long episode today, even longer than the last one. I actually think this is the longest episode I've done in this series. I'm curious to hear what you think about these longer videos. I won't always have this long of a video, but some builds take longer than others. This whole build was roughly 17 hours in total if I'm looking at all of the recordings. If you feel the video is a bit too long, I can always cut out more, of course. But let me know in the comments, I'm curious to hear what you think. As always, hitting the subscribe button as well as a like and comment is greatly appreciated, and it would help me a lot in growing the channel. I also have a Patreon in case you wish to support me further. Have a great rest of the day, and stay tuned for some cinematics.
In the heart of Scandinavia, by the northern sea, lies a port so grand and ancient, where history runs free. Nomishavn, a city old with wooden houses fair, cobblestones beneath our feet, and harbors rich and rare. Oh, Nomishavn, where past and present meet, with bustling markets, lively bars, and music in the street. From old town charm to skyscrapers so tall, in Nomishavn there's magic for us all. The market's hung with vibrant life, where traders shout their wares. Fresh fish and Nordic crafts abound, the spirit of the fairs. In cozy bars and nightclubs bright, the night is always young, with laughter, dance, and songs of joy, our hearts are warmly sung. Oh, Nomishavn, where past and present meet, with bustling markets, lively bars, and music in the street. From old town charm to skyscrapers so tall, in Nomishavn there's magic for us all. Exceptional restaurants with flavors rich and fine, from seafood fresh to Nordic feasts, a culinary shrine. By day the city's modern face, with trains that smoothly glide through parks and woods where nature's grace and urban worlds collide. Oh, Nomishavn, where past and present meet, with bustling markets, lively bars, and music in the street. From old town charm to skyscrapers so tall, in Nomishavn there's magic for us all. The old town tells its stories of sailors and of kings. With every creak of wooden beams, the past within us sings. Yet just beyond the skyline soars, where future dreams take flight. In Nomishavn, the old and new dance together day and night. Oh, Nomishavn, where past and present meet, with bustling markets, lively bars, and music in the street. From old town charm to skyscrapers so tall, in Nomishavn there's magic for us all. Surrounded by the beauty of forests deep and wide, the fjords and fields of Nomishavn, where peace and wonder bide. A haven in the north it stands, a jewel by the sea. Nomishavn, a timeless place, forever wild and free. Oh, Nomishavn, where past and present meet, bustling markets, lively bars, and music in the street. From old town charm to skyscrapers so tall, in Nomishavn there's magic for us all. So come ye travelers, one and all, to Nomishavn so grand, where history, modernity. So come ye travelers, one and all, to Nomishavn so grand, where history, modernity.